AI writing poetry, composing symphonies, is there anything it can't do? Today we're diving into a field where its impact is real and happening now, education.
Yeah, it's fascinating how quickly things are moving. We're not just talking about the future anymore. AI is already changing how students learn and teachers teach.
Exactly. We've got two really interesting research articles to dig into today, one from the journal Kependitikin and another from the Journal of Computing and Higher Education. They both explore how AI is being used in classrooms, from personalized learning to get this AI-powered chatbots.
And what's particularly interesting is how these articles go beyond the theoretical. They're looking at real-world applications and, crucially, how students are responding to these technologies.
Okay, so let's start broad. The first article from Journal Kependitikin paints a pretty comprehensive picture of AI in education. One thing that jumped out at me was the sheer scale of online learning now. It's not the future anymore, it's very much the present.
Absolutely. The global shift to online and blended learning models has really accelerated the need for innovative solutions to keep students engaged and learning effectively. And that's where AI tools come in.
Right, it's about adapting to this new landscape. So
Uh-huh.
how is AI actually being used in education right now? I mean, we hear these buzzwords like personalized learning and adaptive assessments, but what does that look like in practice?
It's a pretty diverse landscape already. We're seeing AI being used to create adaptive learning platforms that adjust to a student's pace and style. Imagine a program that automatically gives you more challenging material if you're breezing through, or provides extra support if you're struggling with a concept.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's kind of like having a personalized tutor in your computer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you have AI-powered recommendation engines that suggest relevant content based on a student's interests and learning goals. It's like having a curated library at your fingertips.
That's super cool. Sounds like it could be incredibly helpful for students who are naturally curious and want to dive deeper into specific subjects.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, there's also the area of automatic assessment. AI can grade objective assignments like multiple choice quizzes instantly, which frees up teachers to focus on providing more personalized feedback and support.
That's huge. I remember spending hours grading papers as a teaching assistant,
hmm
and it took time away from actually interacting with students.
And it's not just about freeing up time for teachers, it's also about providing students with immediate feedback so they can learn and improve more quickly. Then, of course, there's the role of AI in skills development, particularly those relevant to the 21st century workplace. We're talking about simulations, gamified learning environments, and AI-powered platforms that provide personalized feedback on things like communication, critical thinking, and problem solving.
So it sounds like AI has the potential to completely transform the education landscape.
Yeah.
But what about the downsides? I mean, are we headed for a dystopian future where robots replace teachers?
That's a common concern, and it's important to acknowledge those anxieties. However, I think it's more nuanced than a simple AI versus teachers scenario. The real question is, how do we leverage the power of AI to complement and enhance the irreplaceable role of human educators?
It's all about finding that balance, right? Using AI to make education more effective and engaging, but not losing sight of that crucial human element. Which brings us to our second research article, this one from the Journal of Computing and Higher Education. They actually studied how students in real college courses interacted with AI, specifically chatbots.
This study really caught my eye because it focuses on two areas where online students often struggle: setting effective learning goals and feeling a sense of connection in a virtual environment.
Okay, I can definitely see how those would be challenges in online learning. It's easy to feel lost in the digital shuffle without that in-person interaction.
Exactly. So the researchers designed two separate studies with chatbots. The first looked at how a chatbot could support students in setting better learning goals. They found that students who used the chatbot were more likely to set what are called SMART goals.
Smart goals.
Yes, it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Oh, right. I've heard of that. It's a really useful framework, actually, for setting any kind of goal, not just on education. So how did the chatbot actually help students with this?
It essentially walked them through a series of questions, almost like a virtual coach. For example, it might ask, what specific grade do you want to achieve in this course? Or what are some potential obstacles you might face, and how can you plan for them?
So it's prompting them to think critically about their goals and come up with a realistic plan. It's like having a built-in accountability buddy. Did the students find it helpful?
That's the most interesting part. Students reported that the chatbot made it easier to set clear goals, and they felt more motivated to achieve them. Now, the second study focused on using a chatbot to foster a sense of social presence in online courses.
Okay, so this is tackling that feeling of isolation that can sometimes come with online learning. How do they do that with a chatbot?
They designed the chatbot to act as a sort of learning buddy. Think friendly greetings, using emojis, even sharing encouraging messages from other students. It's about creating a sense of community and support, even if it's virtual.
It's amazing how even those little touches can make a big difference in how we experience the online world.
Absolutely. And the results were promising. Students who interacted with the Learning Buddy chatbot reported feeling more connected to their classmates and more engaged in the course overall.
So in both studies, we're seeing how AI, even in the form of a relatively simple chatbot, can have a positive impact on the student experience. But I'm guessing even the most advanced chatbot can't completely replace human interaction.
Precisely. And that's a really important point. These studies actually underscore the vital role teachers play in this evolving landscape.
Okay, let's dive into that because I think there's sometimes this fear that AI is going to make teachers obsolete. And that's not what we're saying at all, right?
Not at all. AI can be a powerful tool, but it's the teacher who ultimately guides how that tool is used and ensures that learning remains a deeply human experience.
So it's not about AI versus teachers, it's about finding the best ways for them to work together. What does that collaboration look like? So how do we make this AI and human-teacher collaboration work? What does that look like on a practical level?
Well, imagine a teacher who can use AI to analyze student data and identify patterns they might not otherwise notice. Maybe there's a group of students who are all struggling with a specific concept, or one student who's consistently excelling and ready for a more challenging activity. AI can flag these things for the teacher, allowing them to intervene more strategically and personalize their instruction.
So it's like having a superpowered assistant who can crunch all that data and give the teacher actionable insights.
Mhm.
What else?
Think about the potential of AI to provide instant feedback on certain types of assignments. If students are working on, say, grammar exercises or math problems, AI can grade those immediately, freeing up the teacher to focus on providing more in-depth feedback on essays projects or other assignments that require higher-order thinking skills.
It's all about working smarter, not harder,
Yeah.
right? Using AI to streamline those tasks that can be automated so teachers have more time and energy to focus on the things that truly require human touch.
Exactly. And that's where the teacher's expertise really shines. Because while AI can analyze data and deliver content, it can't replicate the nuanced understanding, empathy, and creativity that a human teacher brings to the classroom.
Right, we're talking about building relationships, fostering curiosity, inspiring a love of learning. Those are all deeply human qualities that are essential to a well-rounded education.
And and let's not forget the importance of social emotional learning. Teaching students how to navigate complex social situations, manage their emotions, develop empathy. These are skills that are best learned through human interaction and guidance. AI can be a valuable tool in supporting social emotional learning, but it can't replace the role of a caring and experienced teacher.
So to bring it back to our listeners, what does this all mean for someone who's listening right now, thinking about their own education or the education of their children? What's the takeaway?
I think the most important thing is to be aware of the potential of AI in education, but also to be critical thinkers about its limitations. Technology is evolving rapidly, and it's up to all of us educators, parents, students, to ensure that it's used in ways that benefit learners and enhance, not diminish, the irreplaceable value of human connection and guidance.
Beautifully said. It's not about fearing the future or clinging to the past. It's about embracing the possibilities while staying true to the core values that make education so powerful.
Absolutely. The future of learning is a journey we're all taking together, and it's one that holds immense potential if we approach it with a spirit of collaboration, creativity, and a deep commitment to nurturing the next generation of thinkers, creators, and problem solvers.
And on that inspiring note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the fascinating world of AI in education. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration as much as we have. Remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation. We encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep imagining the possibilities for the future of learning.